unpopular opinion, but if you're really serious about fixing your fried nervous system, you need to strip naked, walk into the woods, and shake vigorously like a traumatized gazelle for 3 good hours. Okay, so if your body really wants to shake naturally, I highly encourage that, and that is beautiful. But you really do not need that complicated systems to fix your fried nervous system or to reset your nervous system. A lot of products and tips out there are just fancy products wrapped in a lot of noise. There's just a lot of noise out there that is not needed. In this video, I'm going to share 7 tips and 7 ridiculously simple practices to reset your nervous system right from the very beginning of the day. So stick with me, stay with me, and let's dive in. It's gonna be free. The first tip is really just do away with the alarms. The alarms are just a very, very brutal way that we've adopted since the Industrial Revolution. It's just a very brutal way to wake yourself up. Just imagine you're a parent actually, and every single day the way you wake up your baby is to vigorously put an alarm by their ears and just like force them awake. And you're not just doing this once every 2 weeks when you need to really take an important trip or a time-bound thing. You're doing it every single day. What kind of psychotic parent will you be? Actually, we had an auntie that used to wake me up with a candle, like a hot candle. Yeah, Auntie Bosse. Auntie Bosse was not okay. Don't be like Auntie Bosse to yourself. Oh my God. Yeah, that was kind of brutal. There's so many reasons that these alarms are not good for you. One is that your body goes into like cycles, the REM cycles of sleep. And if you're using an alarm and the alarm is waking you in the middle of that cycle, this just causes sleep inertia. It increases your brain fog. It sets you up for a very tired and foggy day that just drags on for hours unnecessarily. And your brain is just left with an unfinished business in the sleep cycle, and you're just starting your day highly dysregulated and just tired. And that's how you end up in like, oh, you need coffee every day. Well, one of the reasons. Another thing is that your body naturally prepares you to wake up. Like an hour before you wake up, your body naturally releases this alertness hormone, and it's called the cortisol awakening response, which is released slowly before you wake up. So your body is designed to wake you up. Using the alarm, you just force that alertness, and it puts your body in this state of, fight or flight, that something crazy is gonna happen. When guys, it's just work. It just works unless you're a doctor and people's lives are at stake. But even that, as a caretaker, you also should take care of yourself. It's my own belief. I think doctors, more than anybody, should baby themselves. And you might wonder, what do you do in place of the alarms? And how do you get yourself to wake up? Well, the bigger point here is to connect with your circadian rhythm. Your body knows how much sleep it needs to wake up. And if you can pay more attention to that, you can figure out how many hours of sleep you need every day. You can work backwards from there. So if you need to wake up at 6 and you need 8 hours of sleep, try sleeping at 10 p.m. Really just working with your natural biology. The next tip is when you wake up, just do like a quick body scan. There's something so delicious about that practice that just puts your body into one, it activates a mind-body connection where you're more attuned to your body senses. A body scan is basically just doing this internal somatic experiencing of your body. And what does that mean? Somatic is basically the sensing of your body internally. So we're used to like 5 senses. You're seeing, your skin, feeling, tasting, smelling. But there's another sense that is the observing your body from internally, not just at the surface of your skin. And there's something very powerful about enhancing that sense because it really allows you to be more attuned with very tiny, subtle environmental triggers that set your body off. So this doesn't have to be 10 hours long meditation. You don't have to spend 3 hours in the woods or in a fancy retreat center to do this. It's just a simple practice when you wake up, just feel the different parts of your body, like your head down to your throat, your arms, your torso, your chest, and just feel everything down. You can just do 1 or 2 sweeps. It's very simple, but it works and it helps. The third one is to take a shower. Really, just simply take a shower. And I think for some of us, at least for me, at some point, I used to skip showers when I feel like, oh, I need to get to somewhere fast, and I'll shower the night before. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, sometimes I just skip showers because I'm too cold. Try taking a shower every morning. There's just a lot that does to your body. First of all, you can play with hot or cold showers. Hot showers are great for resetting your body because that warmth just causes this vasodilation, which expands your blood vessels and allows a beautiful, amazing rush of blood through your muscles and through your tissues, which just allows your muscles to relax naturally. So it's a really beautiful way to reset your body and get your body relaxed in the morning. And cold showers, if you're also into that, you can even play with both within the same shower. Personally, so far, I haven't yet gotten to the point of cold showers, but it's cold in San Francisco. Cold showers are a great way to expose yourself to stress, to micro stress. What that does, it's kind of opposite to the warm shower, where from the cold shower, your vessels constrict. This triggers your body to pump more fresh, highly oxygenated blood to your body, and it's kind of mirroring that stress scenario. Working with your body, you want to be exposing your body to like very safe micro stress environment, and this allows you to build the muscle of just handling and dealing with any stress that shows up in your day. Number 4 is make your breakfast. Please make your breakfast. I don't care what company you work for and what free food they're giving you, just make your breakfast. There's something that this does to you where you're just sending a message to yourself, you're parenting yourself that you do matter beyond whatever productivity you're able to achieve today. Whatever you conquer and whatever you don't conquer, you do matter. There's just something very nourishing about nourishing yourself. It's just a beautiful way to reset, to connect with yourself and nourish yourself literally. And the breakfast doesn't have to be complicated, really. It can just be eggs. Sometimes I make eggs, very simple egg, or I make oats and make sure it's nutrient packed. I mostly try to make sure my breakfast are very warm. For me personally, I don't really like cold foods, or I used to do a lot of smoothies in the morning, but it's like my body is already in a cold state, and based on what I'm learning with like Chinese medicine and Ayurveda, it's just better to start your day with warmer food because you want to basically warm up your body and get your body ready for the activities of the day. And just eating cold food, it's like you're just further making your body dense. So yeah, warm meals are great for you. The next one is morning pages. Honestly, this book is changing my life. It's changing my life. It was originally written by Julia Cameron, and it started off as me wanting to get more in tune with my creativity and just wanting to open up my blocks creatively because I'm a being. I love being creative in whatever work that I do. So it started off as that, but what this book has been doing to me is it's kind of replacing my morning meditation because it's such a wonderful way to slow down my thoughts and also allow like very deep-seated thoughts to come up because the noise is slowing down, and it just helps me to process difficult emotions. It helps me to process tension in relationships that are being rocky. It's been so helpful for me. It's really been life-changing for me, and I've just been doing the practice religiously every morning. So I highly recommend the morning pages. The other way I use morning pages is I start off with my dreams, and my dreams show me a lot about my fears, my anxieties, or very deep-seated emotions that I do not know how to process that will come up in my dreams. It's such an amazing code tool because I've always paid attention to my dreams, and using this with the morning pages, it allows me to process the things that my dreams are showing me. So I'll usually start off with that and I'll just let the ramble go on. So highly recommend the practice. It's also $0. You can just do the practice, or you can get the book. You don't even have to get the book. Just do like 3 pages every morning. The other one I will say is like, oh, so simple. It's just like live with people you love. This is so underrated, man. But it's so important to live with people you love, honestly. It changes your life. It changes your nervous system. And yeah, if you are in a place, I think I used to prefer to live alone before because I'll be so overwhelmed about having conversations around my boundaries or around things that I don't like. And this is understandable. It does take practice and commitment to become a better communicator and to become more strengthened in your boundaries. But really, if you can get there, I personally think it's a practice of when you live with people. You also learn to build that muscle. But when you can get past that and you live with people who just love you and they are very safe and nurturing to your nervous system and vice versa, when you have that, it just resets you naturally. $0. $0. So if you can't even live with people you love, you know, reach out to those people and call them, laugh, make jokes. Just spend time with people you love. Spend time with people who make you feel safe. That is so important. It's so underrated. Like, particularly when we're trying to build stuff, we want to just go, go, go. When we're being ambitious, we go, go, go. We forget our roots. We forget our friends and people that just make us happy. But no, don't. That is so important. If not for anything, for your nervous system, call your mom. Well, if your mom is like toxic, don't call your mom. Yeah, call that person. We don't all have that kind of mom. The final one goes back to the beginning of this video. It is kind of fun to just like take a walk in an animal suit and just be weird. I hope this was useful. And honestly, if I get 10 new subscribers from this video, I promise I'm going to share my nighttime. I'm going to share a nighttime version for this because this was very much a morning based approach. Thank you. Bye.